You know, I should have asked you this earlier, and I don't know how this got by me or why didn't I think about it in the time, but we were talking about the roof that the suspected gunman was on, and it's an A-frame roof. He was able to hide on one side of it, out of the sight of the snipers and Secret Service. In your opinion, why don't they use drones when they're surveilling these areas?
Right, right. You would think. I have a drone for that reason. I'm like, if something ever hits the fan, guess what? That drone, I have my drone in my pack. That way, if I need to go look at something a mile down the road or miles away or right, on a location close by, I'm gonna have a drone. It's strange why they don't have them or why they didn't utilize them. That's like the easiest, most accessible. Like my son can fly a drone. That's easy. At the bare minimum, I think that they should start implementing some type of drone devices at minimum. At least you would have clear coverage of everything rooftop-wise and vantage points.
Yeah, I mean, you would think that that's ABC. It's just the obvious.
Thank you.
Especially for blind spots like that.
Where's your money going? What are they spending it on?
Yeah, I mean, even as we're having these conversations, more and more questions are just coming to the surface because it makes you think, okay, you guys are supposed to be the best of the best. You are literally, you're watching over the life of what could be the most powerful man in the world, our next U.S. president.
Yeah.
I would think that you would use every tactic that is available to you.
Oh, yeah.
Something as simple as a drone that you can go down to Best Buy and buy for less than $200. You would think that, there'd be 2, 3 of those.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. And if there is a money issue, then then at that point, then there's just a money issue, but I would say training as well. But like I said, that many failures just doesn't add up to me. I could see one person making a mistake at that level, but everybody is a lot of people making a lot of mistakes. Too many to add up.
Yeah, I mean, and one thing we should have said earlier in the conversation is thank God, that Trump moved his head when he did.
100%. 100%. Like that would have been.
He wouldn't be here.
Yeah. That would have been weird, man. Like I've never witnessed an assassination from a president or presidential candidate in my lifetime, but it would have been, I mean, it's like I said, it still feels weird. It feels off. It feels off. A lot of questions are going to have to be answered. A lot of questions. And I think right now they're just trying to get their story straight to the best way possible to make things make sense because we're asking too many questions, It all has to make sense at the end of the day. And there's a lot of questions we're asking. That's going to be a hell of a story.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, we touched on it early in the conversation, but this is the first time since 1981 that there's been an attempt on a former or current U.S. president.
Yeah.
And that was Ronald Reagan, who also happened to be a Republican.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a lot of questions that need to be asked.
Isn't it?
And answered.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Crazy times.
The president, our current president, Joe Biden, they said that he spoke with Donald Trump last night. He went on live and said that there's no place for this type of behavior and violence in our society. And, from what I understand, he spoke to former President Trump. It was short, but it was a respectful conversation. What do you think of that? By him picking up that phone, is he just doing what is expected, or do you think deep in his heart, as somebody who's out there on the trail right now, and it could have just as easily been him, that he felt this in a very personal way?
I believe that he did what was expected of him. But like I said, politics are dirty. Do I think people genuinely care as a politician or a polytrickster? I don't believe that. I think it's so dirty that they don't care about if someone were to actually die. It's just what the American people want to hear. They're only going to tell us what we want to hear. That's it. If they told us what they really thought and believed, nobody would vote for them. If they really expressed how they felt or what they really meant, I think it's just everything's bumper sticker deep with a politician. I don't believe anything that comes out their mouth. I think it's all for show. I think it's just for the cameras. I think it's just for a vote or whatever. General popularity at the least. But I don't think that in our day and age, no, I wasn't alive back in the 60s, 70s, before that. So I don't know about prior presidents as far as did they genuinely have a love for this country or the people in it, not love for the country, but the people in it. I don't know. But from my observation, my lifetime, I don't really see it as being like, man, it's R.I.P. Michael Jackson. Like, I don't think they really care about us, man. That's all I gotta say, you know? They don't really care about us. Shout out Mike.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, shout out Mike, R.I.P. Mike. People are saying already, and you've expressed it through this conversation, many people are saying they believe that this was an inside job. They also believe that it was a staged attack.
No, it wasn't staged.
What is your thoughts on that?
I know
it wasn't staged.
No, I know it wasn't staged. I know the sound of a bullet snap and the bang, the report of the rifle. I know the sound of that way too well. And I know what an AR sounds like. It was not staged, no. Inside job, somebody messed up somewhere a lot. A lot of people did. A lot of people with a high-level security clearance messed up a lot.